welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Megan Anderson.
And I'm Nick Chang.
Congratulations to Cameron Anderson and Izzy Batista for winning Homecoming King and Queen.
In the spring of 2016, RHS students took part in a new format of the SAT. We go to Sam Toomey with the story.
Since the implementation of the new SAT, multiple Roseville High School students have taken both types of the test. According to senior James Tucker, the new SAT is easier because of its new structure.
I like the new one more because it was easier to pace myself. The questions were a little easier, and there were shorter sections, so it was just easier to work through, I guess.
According to senior Delaney Strong, the new scoring format for the SAT is a benefit.
I think the new testing format helped me because you don't get docked points for missing answers. And so I think that that's going to raise my score a lot because the first time I took it, I answered every single question. So obviously got docked a lot of points for the ones that I didn't answer right.
We now go to Josh Carson with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of EOTSN. I'm Josh Carson. Varsity Girls Tennis has played well so far this season. Kel Gibson has their season update.
The Varsity Girls Tennis team is having a successful season with a record of 5-3 in league. The team is currently in 4th place in the CVC. Number 1 player Julia Oliver believes that playoffs are definitely in the mix.
We definitely have some big hopes to make it to playoffs this season. We set ourselves up really good, so if we keep working hard at every practice, I think making playoffs is definitely within our reach. And then a lot of the girls are super dedicated this season, and hopefully a lot of them will come back over the summer and keep training hard, and that'll ensure the success of our team for future years.
Haley Jensen also believes that playoffs will definitely happen.
I honestly think we'll definitely go to playoffs. There's no reason why we shouldn't. We're a really strong team, so I'm hoping that we'll go, and I'm pretty sure we will go.
Both Jensen and Oliver believe that the team has been very supportive and really hardworking.
What they've done really well is just being a good supportive group. They've all really, our doubles team lineup is really solid, and I feel like that they really help carry the team.
You're on the tennis team, and I'm super excited and proud of every single person on the team. Everyone comes out with a smile and a hardworking attitude every single day. It makes it a joy for me to come out and play, and it's even more fun when we're winning. So yeah, super happy.
The team plays today at Cosumnes Oaks. Here's a quick update for you. JV football just undefeated at 5-0. Varsity football also just undefeated at 5-0. Nothing big going on with football, just W's, and more W's. Recapping Friday night's varsity game, the Cosumnes Oaks Wolfpack started out with a flea flicker play that put them down at Roseville's 7-yard line. On the bright side, Roseville held them to only a field goal on the drive. Now the Tigers' first half was relatively slow, but it was all changed when Jason Russell forced a fumble that ended up in the hands of Sam Toomey for the touchdown. That's a journalistic connection happening on the field if you ask me. At the end of the third quarter, Brendan McMinn carried the ball in for the score that narrowed the gap to 3. After a Roseville fumble, the ensuing defensive possession sees Jariah Crawley picking off Cosumnes Oaks and returning it for the score. After catching a touchdown, Dominic Rucker also gets an interception and takes it to the house. Roseville ends the game on a 35-0 run to beat Cosumnes Oaks 42-24. And that's it on your home for Roseville High School sports. Top plays, breakdowns, and more. I have the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Josh. This Friday marked the release of the highly anticipated Tim Burton-directed film adaptation of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, based off the acclaimed young adult novel written by Ransom Riggs. The film features a ragtag group of children with so-called peculiarities, such as uncontrollable floating and literally being made of bees. This movie made me cry within the first 10 minutes and then laugh the next. Overall, it was just a very heartwarming film. The style of cinematography is different from any movie Burton has ever done. It was much more bright and cheery than what we have come to expect from him. As well as the cast doesn't feature Johnny Depp or Helena Bonham Carter, and I think we both know why. I give this movie a 4 out of 5. Now over to Gabe.
Thanks, Gabby. The Netflix original Marvel TV show Luke Cage was released last Friday. This is the third show that Marvel and Netflix have put out together, and it has a lot to live up to, with the other two shows being Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Daredevil seasons 1 and 2 give a very dark feel, while Jessica Jones gives a lighter tone. Luke Cage falls perfectly between the two. Luke Cage, played by Mike Coulter, was originally introduced partnering with Jessica Jones in Hell's Kitchen, New York. Since then, Cage has moved to Harlem, where his show takes place. The acting in all these Marvel shows is phenomenal. From spoken words to facial expressions and movements, I am never let down. The music in the show really affects the watcher, and that only makes sense if the show takes place in Harlem. I'm very happy with how this show turned out, and I'm very excited to see what Marvel and Netflix do with Luke Cage next. Now over to Megan with more news.
Thanks, Gabe. This is Environmental Club's second year at RHS. They plan on building and focusing on improving and appreciating the environment.
Teaching people in the school how to care for their environment more, like even just simple things like picking trash up off the ground, or just being aware of our surroundings. Like there's a lot of like beautiful places to go hiking around here, and so I think it'll be a fun year for the club. Put an emphasis on the importance of our environment, and because we're going to have to live here for the next 70 years, so we want to make sure it's as nice as it can be while we live here and for future generations.
Stop by room 701 for more information.
CJ Addington has taught at Roseville for 24 years, having shared his room with a turtle for more than 2 decades.
Jeffrey the Turtle has been in CJ Addington's classroom for the past 20 years.
So when I first started teaching here about 24 years ago, there was a ceramics teacher named Bob Vlasic, and I guess his kids had the turtle, and then for whatever reason they couldn't keep it anymore, and he came to me and asked me if I'd be interested in having the turtle. So I took it off their hands and kept it as a class pet, and then years have gone by and he's still here. He's still a class pet.
Has made many friends all around the classroom.
I love Jeffrey the Turtle. I mean, we share the same name. I feel like we're brothers, we're family.
I think Jeffrey the Turtle is a huge part of our class. Our class has really great chemistry with Jeffrey.
Although Jeffrey is fun to hang out with, he also serves a vital purpose in the classroom.
We'll use his fish tank for labs, so we'll get like data from it. Sometimes we'll do labs with him, so every other week we'll probably use him.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the classroom loves Jeffrey the Turtle. I mean, he just gives off this positive vibe in his green, murky little tank. I mean, he's a great little guy.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on eyethetigernews.com. See you next time.